Do you know that feeling? You get a lot of people to your store, whether it's from Facebook ads or Google ads, but many of them don't end up converting. So there are many reasons why people actually leave your business and not turn to customers and you lose them. In this video, I want to give you one little trick, one little hack that you can apply to your business right today, like within an hour or so, that can help you recover at least some of those customers very easily. So stick with me and I hope you will learn a lot in this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and let's get started. Alright guys, so what you need in order to be able to execute this little hack here, it's actually pretty simple, is Google Ads, which was formerly Google AdWords. Because no worries, you just have to invest a few dollars if you want to make use of that. It's not that it's super expensive, you can implement it right away and you're definitely not putting anything at risk when using this technique. And here's the problem that we want to tackle in this video. Many people that enter your site, they never heard of you before. So I'm here at this random Shopify store that I just picked up from Google, donicosmetics.com. And when people come to your site, a site like this, you barely have any social proof, right? So you don't have a large Facebook fan base. You don't have a large Instagram fan base. Probably people have no friend on Facebook that is liking your page. They never heard of you before. There is just zero sign of you being a bigger legitimate business, which is obviously what people like to see when they trust you with their credit cards and buying from you and all these kind of things, especially with long shipping. So you need to tackle that, and it's not always that easy. People are using these trust badges and all these kind of things, but they get kind of overused, so people are not responding to that that much anymore. So what you can do is, people are looking up your business on Google. So when they come to your site, what they normally do is they use your domain name, in this case Dawn Eyes Cosmetics, and they look it up on Google in order to see whether you appear there, whether there's something about you. And we see here that this business, which is also a little bit bigger, 18,000 followers on Instagram apparently, they show up on Google right away, which is a good sign, because people, they want to be sure that people think that if they can find you on Google, if you appear there immediately and things like that, you must be a little more legitimate, especially if the rest of the page is not like anything negative about you, right? So here, Dawn Eyes Cosmetics Premium Duochrome Eyeshadow is straight, I don't know, whatever. So in this case here, people would probably think, well, this is a legitimate business. There is an entry about them, and then you see multiple posts about their products and also fairly solid Instagram account with 18,000 followers. But in your case, if you're completely new, and especially if you have a store name that is very specific, that is, for example, has some normal common words in it, chances are that you won't even show up on page 1 of the search results. And even if you do, and if you're like on the 4th or 5th spot or whatever, it's still not ideal. So what we're gonna do here is we want to make sure that our brand name shows up on Google all the time. And we do that by using a Google search ad. So I'm here in one of my Google ad accounts, and I'm clicking on search and then on create a campaign without a goal. So I want to get people to my site who are looking for my brand name. I click on website visits, and just as an example, just for this video here, I will use the domain of my Google Ads training course, eCom PPC Academy, and I will just click continue. It doesn't really matter. And then we are at the campaign window, so we just give it some random name, eCom PPC, or let's put in a name that you would also use. So if you would have the eCom PPC Academy site, you would call it eCom PPC branded keywords, for example. And then we only want to show up in the search network, basically. And we can also include Google search partners. We don't need any of these special things. We don't need dynamic search ads. We don't, well, you can put in the location that you're targeting. So if you're doing Facebook ads or Google ads only in the US, obviously you would answer only the US. If you do business in all kind of countries, you can simply use all countries or territories, or you'd use the countries that you're actually operating in. If you're only targeting people in English, you can also leave it like that. And then you come to your daily budget, and you could start with something very small like €3, right? And be aware of the fact that you won't spend all of that just because that's your daily budget. The delivery method, standard, everything fine. We can focus on clicks, our maximum CPC bid. Now this is an important part, of course. Typically, if your brand name is somewhat unique, you can get clicks for a very cheap price because you don't have competition bidding for that same branded term. But depending on what your brand name sounds like, what your brand name looks like, you may spend a little more. So if the words in your brand name are like common words, like the best fishing store, probably then you would spend more because other people may bid on this keyword as well. In our case, I would go with something like 50 cents, for example. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is it for this part. You can then add the different ad extensions. I won't be covering this in this video here. This was kind of unnecessary. But in the next part, and this is now the important part, you define your keywords. So in this case, it will be called eCom PPC branded keywords. And I would basically add keywords like eCom PPC Academy, or also the word eCom PPC, let's put it like this, eCom PPC Academy as a whole. And this basically now makes people who are looking for that words, this basically shows our ad to these people. So if you have a store like, for example, the best fishing store, you would go for something like the best fishing store, or maybe you would even use a phrase match so that people have to actually enter these keywords in that order, the best fishing store, like this. So now people can basically enter search queries like what is the best fishing store, or is the best fishing store legit, or should you shop at the best fishing store, all these kind of things, and you will show up with your ad. Now in the beginning, if you just have very limited search, very limited visitors, it's probably enough to have one ad that captures all the traffic for your branded keyword. If you get a ton of visitors and many people actually looking for your brand on Google, you might even create multiple ad groups. For example, one ad group for people that are just looking up your store, another ad group that are looking for specific things like shipping in the best fishing store, if they want to find out how quick you deliver, and then you can come up with an ad that takes people to your shipping page and all these kind of things. But in the beginning, it's definitely enough if you just have one ad group where you're just capturing any people, every person that is looking for something related to your store. And as I said, if your store sounds something like the best fishing store, then it may be a little difficult because you can attract all kind of traffic that is not related to your store. But if you have some kind of fantasy name, you know, if you have something like, I don't know, Lifolia or something stupid like this, this is normally a term that no other company bids on, and then you can use it, and people who are looking for it will be presented with your ads, and they will see, oh, this business is actually showing up at the very top, and they think that it should be or must be something professional, or at least it definitely improves the perception of your brand for these people. So this is a very quick little hack, and by the way, you can just hit save and continue, and then you create your ads, which is very straightforward. You just say something like, you just introduce your brand, you talk about the products that you have to offer, you put the link there and stuff like this. So that's it. But yeah, this is the little hack that you can use for your e-commerce, for your dropshipping business, to recover lost visitors, because as I said, people want to be sure that the business they are about to deal with is actually legitimate. And if they can find you on Google immediately and they see, okay, they are in there, many people think that this is a sign of an actual professional business, even though this might not be the case. So I hope this little trick here was helpful. I hope that you will actually apply it to your business, and that will give you some people that will revisit your store and eventually buy. As I said, it's very simple. You just set it up. You put a daily budget of like $3, and you just wait for these people to Google your business. If you don't get any searches, normally you don't also spend any money. And if you do, typically, depending on the brand name, you will pay just like 20 cents, 30 cents or something like that. So it's definitely worth it, especially because many people won't even click that link. They only want to be sure that you are actually on there. So it's not even about getting the click, because many people will just open a second tab where they're looking for you, and they see, oh, there they are, they close it again, and they stay on the normal landing page. So if you're lucky, you're not even spending a lot of money. Yeah, I hope that this little trick was helpful. If you want to see more stuff like this, more tips, more tricks, more strategies to use Google Ads to boost your business and get more sales, make sure that you check out the eCom PPC Academy. The link is in the description. We are still running a promotion until I think 25th of August or something like that. So if you want to join, this is the best chance, the perfect chance to do so. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and please subscribe. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.